Hey guys, I'm back at it again with another hero deck profile. So I made a lot of adjustments to this one, and I feel like they're actually doing really well in my locals. Consistently, I'm going like X1. Today I would have went X1 too if one of my opponents actually did an illegal play with I think it was Fire Phoenix, the new Salamangreat card. He did a board wipe and I had plasma on field, but I didn't realize that you can't do that. So, anyways, it's my fault for what you call not catching it or getting it judged and stuff. So, but anyways, back to the deck profile. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna start off with the main deck like I always do. Go with the extra deck and then go to the side deck. So without further ado, let's get to it. All right, so nothing's changed. Two Stratos. Still liking it at two. I know it's at three. I think it's unnecessary at three, to be honest. One for popping, one for adding. Most of the time when I have Forest in hand, I just add the Mali, so I can go to kind of a full combo and all that. So, and if I don't have the Mali, I try to go for the Forest add, so I can at least extend and go into plays. But yeah, to be honest, I'm not missing the third one, and yeah, I know it adds consistency, but I have other cards in my deck that adds consistency. We'll get to that later. Okay, so the one solid soldier, I think he's still good to run as a one of. I have a mass change target as well too. Deanne in the extra deck. He also I use him, to be honest, more as an extender with his poly poly effect than actually like trying to just get two heroes on board most of the time. So like usually he helps me with my Dark Law Plasma combo, so he's kind of necessary for that. And yeah, I believe he's just good as a one of because he's easily searchable. And two Shadow Miss, Find two is really good. For dumping off the Vion or special summoning with Hero Lives. Like you get the mass change right away. So I'm not two is perfect. One Honest Neos to protect your plasma dark law or boss monster. Feel it's good as one. I rarely summon this guy like tribute summon. If I do, it's because I have Wonder Driver on field and I have it in hand and I get it on the field somehow or something because Wonder Driver's effect is causes a card to be special summoned from your hand. So that's the only time I actually ever really use what you call get him on the field like that. But regardless, like he's a good protection that heroes need. We need more, but this is what we have, right? Three forests, card you always want to see in your hands. You don't really need to go into it more. That's why you play it at three. Two increase. Really good card. Always remember his graveyard effect. Put it in the spell and trap zone because it literally wins you games. And two Vion because I find that two is a nice number. If you brick with one, at least you can still get your forest play off because you have another one, right? So, and then also he's a good searcher, right? So he searches Poly, which comes up a lot in this deck. Three Mali, pretty much the sole reason why I'm actually topping locals a lot now. Comes up so much. There's a lot of times where I have a Mali in the grave just for later, so I can extend sometimes. You don't want to overextend, especially in this format right now with Nibiru and Super Poly. So yeah, beautiful card. He allows so much combos and so much possibilities, and I actually can play other cards in this deck that I didn't think was even possible with that and Fusion Destiny and all that. But we'll get to that later. One Celestial, the draw two comes up. He's a Dystopia target as well too for burn. He also pops back row as well, so it's he pops a face up spell, so it comes up. One Dynatag, still think you need to play Fusion Destiny target, so you make your Dystopia live. So sometimes you have to make it live before you commit to a Link 3, so it's always good to have options. One plasma, god of the deck. He's bomb. Only problem is protection. But you have honest neos, and I have other cards that hopefully can protect him as well. I'll get to those ones later. But pretty much skill drain on legs, relinquished on your turn. So really good card, especially with T Dragons doing so good right now. So you turbo this out and they don't have an out, then you most likely win the game. One evil hero, a dusty goal. Got the German one. I think I showed this one before on my other profile, but yeah, really good card. To be honest, I don't think you really need to play any other evil heroes besides this and the fusion target. Like I was playing a little bit of the Necrom little small evil hero engine, and to be honest, most of the time I just sided it out when I had to go to my game twos and threes and stuff. So they're good cards, but to be honest, like unless Konami makes an evil hero that gives like a negate or something, it's just in the grave. It's just not worth playing right now. And yeah, so searches Dark Fusion, Dark Calling. Most of the time you go for Dark Calling because it's a better card. So yeah, really good one of. That's all you need. Two, and now for the hand traps. Two Ash, hits most of the decks. Everyone needs a search, right? Don't really need to get more into that. Two Nibiru. Yeah, really good card. It's the card that everyone's kind of scared of in this format. You don't want to overextend. When you do, you get hit with this guy. So and then also you can use them as dark calling target and stuff. So if you brick with one, at least you could use it for something, right? And this is a new card I'm using, Fantasmas, and boy is it a good card. It's also a very expensive card, but it puts in work. It adds consistency, and a lot of times, especially since I brought the deck down to 40, you brick with maybe increases or mallees in hand. This helps that, so you're able to pretty much draw cards and then put back one card. Usually when your opponent like link summons, and then fix your hand pretty much, and also protects you from getting OTK'd a lot of the times. I've had like today it came up where my opponent Boral sorted, but I got this guy in the field. I was able to fix my hand, protect myself from the OTK, and then also OTK him next turn. So yeah, really good card. I'm really liking it. Also, like if you still have him on the field, he does give you protection. So if your opponent like targets your card, you can discard a card from your hand. And luckily for heroes, we have like cards in hand that like don't mind being in the grave. Like Shadow Mist, you can get a search off of that. Mally, you can get special summons. So definitely, I find this a really good card in this deck. And it adds consistency as well too. You don't have to play another Stratos to do that, right? So now for the spells, 3 E-Call. Really don't have to say anything more about that. It's your searcher. 3 Mass Change. Again, don't really have to say anything about dodges imperm. Gets your nice masked heroes from your deck. Konami, when are we getting main deck masked heroes? Come on, man. We want to play contrast. Fusion Destiny, really good card. Most of the time it gets Ash. It's Ash bait, but if it goes through, you're able to put a hurt in your opponent. So it's also like a 1 card plasma with Honest Neos in hand. It's ridiculous. 1 polymerization, searchable. You play it, you have targets. 1 Dark Calling, searchable as well off of a Duster Gold. 1 Hero Lives. Yeah, it's your win card. Unfortunately it's only at 1, but we have so much stuff right now. So usually if you resolve this card, most of the time you win the game. And to top it off, 2 imperms. Because it hits, because we don't like Thunder Dragons. Alright, now to go quickly to extra deck. So, start off with 2 Dark Law. It's pretty self-explanatory. 1 Anki. It comes up sometimes, and it searches you a mass change. one DN. Also comes up to you could if you want to get your normal your well usually what you do is you normal solid soldier and you special Stratos. You want to keep that play going, then you mass change into DN. So and then you hopefully go into a better, more prominent board. Mass Hero Blast, he comes up a lot because when you normal Stratos, which you seem to do a lot in this deck now, and then add or use his popping effect, you're able to mass change and still get his effects off. So really comes up, spins a back row, what you call halves your opponent's attack. I find it's a really good card, especially offensively. One Bane, that's all you kind of need. That's all I can afford. It's I think it's like a 120 still, maybe even drop down to like 100 or something. But really good card, searchable. Like it's just off of a dusty goal, you can easily make it. So and he's really good going second, kind of like breaking boards. So I usually what I do is I make my kind of board, and then I usually have a dusty gold in hand. So I have the option if my board gets breaking to go into malicious bane, which helps a lot actually. Because he Raigekis, he gets more attack, he can't be destroyed. He's just a pain in the ass to deal with. So really good card, and I'm really liking it. One adoration, pretty much Baby Trinity. It's your underclock. Comes up, makes attack lesser for this guy to just Raigeki the field. So because Raigeki's cards that are less than your attack, so pretty much adoration helps you with that. And he's a target that I use for like combos. So my Dark Claw Plasma combo, I need adoration. One Trinity. To be honest, he doesn't really come up that much. I just kind of use him when I know I'm gonna go for games. So if I'm red rebooting, most of the time this guy comes out. So against Salads and Orcus decks, when I what you call negate their stop their counter trap, I usually go for this for game. One Dystopia, really good card. Gives you a pop. You know, targets for burn damage. Really good for game. You know, and there's so many ways to make him live to get that pop. So that's why I feel he's worth playing. One Dangerous helps me with the one card Plasma. He comes up as well too when this guy isn't the best option. He can also like dump Shadow Mist, which can go into Forest plays. So really good card. And he also like puts discards like Destiny Heroes in the grave that you might come up. So like Celestial or Dynatag. This is one guy that I've been experimenting with, and I feel like he's actually a lot easier to make now. Like you can use Fusion Destiny, get your Dystopia or this guy, and then pretty much go into your Forest combo, and then get your Poly, and then pretty much because we have another Mali now, it's kind of easy to make this. So I find like when I'm in game three or when I know my opponent's like has a weakness against either Dark Claw or Plasma, I try to find a way to turbo, obviously Dark Claw or Plasma, and then this to kind of protect because heroes don't kind of have that much protection. So his effect is he he's like a quick effect. It pretty much protects. He targets a hero card that you have and protects it from what you call. He protects it from destruction and then from taking battle damage. So it protects your cards pretty much. Let me see. Is it? Yeah, target one monster on the field. So it's you can just target anyone. You can even target yourself if you want. So I playing around with it, and I feel like I had Dark Gaia before, but I find that was more win more. It barely came up. I feel this is a kind of an option, so it adds a kind of a dimension to the deck. But who knows? I might cut it later if something else better comes. I'm hearing Sunriser is pretty good, so when that comes out and hopefully Konami doesn't gouge us with the price of that, I might substitute it for that. Who knows? Uh, Two Cross Crusaders, these old in the deck, really good card. Don't really have to explain anything. You pretty much tribute to add. You get your plays going. You know, you get locked into heroes, but I only play heroes anyways, so it doesn't really matter. One decimator, good card. You know, it does piercing, changes your attack, makes dystopia alive. You know, makes Bane Bane's attack work even more because you're able to get higher attacks, so you could hopefully use his effect better, and you know also use Go for Game pretty much. And then one Wonder Driver because he comes up sometimes, you know, and also like you can with three Mallies. I'm still figuring out like crazy combos you could do with it, but it does come up most of the time. Like he you could sit on two Dark Claws just because of him because he searches the if you make a fusion or mass change underneath him, you get to set another Dark Claw, set another mass change. I mean, so yeah. So that's my extra deck. We'll just quickly go through the side deck. So three calls when your opponent makes you go first. So you can usually telegraph because they know that they want to break your boards and all that. So usually when you know you're going first or when you want to go first, I play three Call by the Grace because I don't want my plays interrupted. Three Lancias because we don't like Orcus decks or Thunder Dragon decks. Three Red Reboots because we don't like back row, and I feel like a lot of opponents are playing control now because they're scared of Nibiru. Three Evenlies also for control and people that just sit on like big boards of just back row, and then three Twin Twisters. So, anyways, guys, that's my hero deck now. Yeah, so it's doing really well. Hopefully, to go in top of regionals. You know, I heard like at the recent London, I think it was the YCS. Yeah, like someone's X1 going on to day two right now. So like heroes are in a good place right now. Hopefully, they don't do too good, and Konami tries to hit the deck because you know we don't need that. We're still a rogue deck, guys. Come on. But anyways, thanks for watching, and you know, like and subscribe, I guess. Bye, guys.